Okay, hello, welcome to day 80 of the bulk. I was 168.8, which is the same weight I was like a couple days ago. I have my breakfast here. I have my exam today. So I want to be out the door by like 9:30, probably 9:20, honestly. So I could maybe like go over the notes just a little bit before the exam. But I'm gonna take it at my friend's apartment, and then honestly, I think I should have time to just take a nap there before my next class, and then, or I could edit yesterday's video and then take a nap after class when I come home. But I do want to be at the gym by 6 today, so I have enough time to go to HEB. But what do I want to do today? I want to do good on my exam, of course. So yeah, and then probably, if I can, start my flashcards for my bio exam, which I have on Monday. Do my cardio, stretch, hit my macros, go to the gym, read, and yeah, I think that's about it. But I don't think there's anything else to say, so here's the macros for this meal. Here's the oatmeal. I'm out of peanut butter, sadly, but I'm just gonna buy more later. So let me show y'all. Here's my 4 eggs, 84 grams of egg whites, my turkey bacon cheese, my yogurt bowl, which looks delicious, and then my rum cap with the jam, and then peanut butter. But yeah, that's it for now. So I will see y'all when I am either eating my second meal, or I'll just see y'all whenever I'm doing whatever I'm doing next, and I'll update y'all on how I feel I did on my exam. So goodbye. Okay, hello. It's currently probably like somewhere around 12 or 11:30, but the reason there's been such a large time skip is because, well, I'll just tell y'all what happened. So basically, after breakfast, I obviously went to my friend's apartment, took my exam, which I think I did pretty good on. I'm hoping to get like an 80 on it, but if I get above that, that would be great. But yeah, after that, please don't fall. I took a nap, and then I set my alarm for like 30 minutes before class, and then I just ended up sleeping more. Like, I woke up and I was like, no, I'm gonna stay asleep. So I slept at my friend's apartment for like until 3:30 or like 3. So I don't know how many hours that was. It was like from like 11:40 to 3. So however much time that is, I was asleep there. And then I came home, and then I had this pre-workout meal. So meal, I don't know why I just called it a meal, snack. I don't even know what I call it, but I had that for like just carbs before the gym. And I think I'm gonna start showing like literally everything that I consume in a day, because like I feel like there's a lot of days where like some calories, or like I just won't show like a fruit bowl or like bananas or like a banana that I eat before the gym. So I'll probably start showing everything that I eat. But yeah, and then I went to the gym, of course, or I went upstairs and I was just watching Chainsaw. I watched 2 episodes of Chainsaw Man, because I'm gonna try and catch up before Friday when I go watch the movie again with some friends. But so yeah, I did that, and then I left to the gym at like 5:30, and then I went to HEB and I bought like everything. I bought peanut butter, bananas, raspberries, yogurt, chicken, sweet potatoes, kale, spinach, honey, egg whites, so all that jazz. And then I'm here now, so I'm having my last meal, which fills up my calories pretty perfectly, and I'm really excited to eat this because I'm hungry. But today was back. It was a decent workout. I think it was a good workout. But what else? Yeah, I still have to read. I'm low-key, I want to get on tonight. Like, I want to get on the game, but I don't know if I'm gonna ask my friend if he wants to get on, and if he doesn't, then I will probably just go to bed. But I'll go to bed after I do everything I need to do today, which is edit yesterday's video at least, and then probably edit today's video too, considering the fact that I don't really have anything to do tomorrow homework-wise. That's the one good thing about exam weeks, is that once you take the exam, you don't have homework for that class for the rest of the week. But yeah, that's what happened today. So enough yapping, and here's the macros for this meal. And here is said gorgeous looking meal, which is sweet potatoes, ground beef, kale, and then feta cheese. But yeah, so I'm gonna eat this, and then I will see y'all when I am talking about what I read. So goodbye. Okay. Before I talk about what I read, I want to mention that I ate this little candy because I assumed that I had enough room in my calories, but I don't think I tracked it, but it's probably like 100 calories max. Definitely probably not even that. But today I read Deuteronomy chapters 15 and 16. And Deuteronomy 15 is titled Debts and the Poor. And so basically it says Deuteronomy's main meaning is to establish law for a just and generous community by mandating the sabbatical year of release where debts were forgiven every 7 years. It also basically talks about how basically like, well, I guess I should probably read it. It says, at the end of every 7-year period, you shall have a remission of debts, and this is the manner of the remission. Creditors shall remit all claims on loans made to a neighbor, not pressing the neighbor, one who is kin, because the Lord's remission has been proclaimed. You may press a foreigner, but you shall remit the claim on what your kin owes to you. But then this is what I was going to mention. It says, however, since the Lord your God will bless you abundantly in the land the Lord your God will give you to possess as a heritage, there shall be no one of you in need. If you but listen to the voice of the Lord your God and carefully observe this entire commandment which I enjoin on you today, since the Lord your God will bless you as he promised, you will lend money to many nations and borrow from none. You will rule over many nations, and none will rule over you. If one of your kindred is in need in any community in the land which the Lord your God is giving you, you shall not harden your heart, nor close your hand against your kin who is in need. Instead, you shall freely open your hand and generously lend what suffices to meet the need. Be careful not to entertain the mean thought. The 7th year, the year of remission, is near, so that you would begrudge your kin who is in need and give nothing, and your kin would cry to the Lord against you, and you would be held guilty. When you give generously, and not with a stingy heart, for that the Lord your God will bless you in all your works and undertakings. The land will never lack for a needy person. That is why I command you, open your hand freely to the poor and to your needy kin in your land. So basically, it just urges the Israelites not to be greedy and to always give generously to those in need. And then the next part is the Hebrew slaves. Let me see what the... so it says a Hebrew servant was to be set free in the 7th year of their service. So yeah, basically it just says that. So it starts off, if your kin, a Hebrew man or woman, sells himself or herself to you, he or she is to serve you for 6 years, but in the 7th year you shall release him or her as a free person. And then it says, when you release a male from your service as a free person, you shall not send him away empty-handed, but you shall weigh him down with gifts from your flock and threshing floor and winepress. As the Lord your God has blessed you, so shall you give to him. For remember that you too were slaves in the land of Egypt, and the Lord your God redeemed you. That is why I'm giving you this command today. And then it says that if the slave basically says, I don't wish to leave you because he loves you in your household, since he is well off with you, then it says, you shall take an awl and put it through his ear into the door, and he shall be your slave forever. Your female slave also you shall treat in the same way. Do not be reluctant when you let them go free, since the service they have given you for 6 years was worth twice a hired laborer's salary, and the Lord your God will bless you in everything you do. And then the last part of this chapter is titled Firstlings, and it basically says that every firstborn male of your herd or your flock you shall basically offer to the Lord. It says you shall consecrate to the Lord your God every first male of your flock. And then it says you shall not work the firstling of your cattle, nor shear the firstling of your flock. In the presence of the Lord your God you shall eat them year after year, you and your household, in the place that the Lord your God will choose. And then it says, so basically if it comes out with no defect, like your firstling comes out with no defect, then you have to basically eat that firstling in the place that the Lord chooses. And then it says, but if a firstling has any defect, lameness, or blindness, any serious defect, you shall not sacrifice it to the Lord your God. But in your own communities you may eat it, the unclean and the clean eating it together as you would a gazelle or a deer. So basically you can still eat it, just not in the place designated for a pure or clean firstling. And then it says, you must not eat of its blood, you shall pour it out on the ground like water. So it's Deuteronomy 15. In Deuteronomy 16, it says here, Deuteronomy 16 focuses on 3 annual Israelite feasts to remember God's deliverance and provide for his people: the Passover feast, the Feast of Unleavened Bread, and the Feast of Weeks, or Pentecost, and the Feast of Tabernacles. It says the chapter also contains instructions for establishing righteous judges and officials, a prohibition against idolatry and any syncretism with false worship, and a reminder that all these practices are intended to help Israel live faithfully under God's covenant. I forget if there was... Oh yeah, so I kind of like this part regarding justice and like the judges, because it just sounds cool. It basically says, in all the communities which the Lord your God is giving you, you shall appoint judges and officials throughout your tribes to administer true justice for the people. You must not distort justice. You shall not show partiality. You shall not take a bribe, for a bribe blinds the eye even of the wise and twists the words even of the just. Justice alone shall you pursue, so that you may live and possess the land the Lord your God is giving you. So I think that's really cool how like the emphasis on justice and not distorting it in any way, because it says that a bribe blinds the eyes even of the wise and twists the words even of the just. I like that line. But that is everything for the reading. It's currently 1:04 because I decided to doom scroll like an addict before I read. But I think I'm gonna shower and then edit yesterday's video. I probably won't I probably won't get on because no one's awake at this time, I don't think. But yeah, I think that's it for today. It was a pretty good day, I would say. And hooray. I don't even know what I'm saying right now. Okay, I need to get moving and do the stuff that I need to do before I go to bed. So here's the macros for the day. And if you're watching this, thank you. Once again, I very much appreciate it. And I will see y'all tomorrow for day 81. Goodbye.